Oh, it's okay, Gwen. You can do it while we fly.
Here? But anyone could see me.
No one's watching, Gwen. You know what? I'll go up front.
What's happening?
We have a number 2 situation.
Oh. Everything okay back there? Oops, sorry, Gwen, my bad, my bad.
Mom, I can't do it here. Can we land?
No, we won't land, Gwen. You're old enough to do it in the sky now.
But it's too much pressure. And it's gross.
It's not gross. We're birds. Every bird does it in the sky.
What if someone is looking down there?
No one is looking down there. I told you, we are not landing. There is no way we're landing.
We're back with Elizabeth Banks. That was a clip from Migration. You play a mother duck. You must be able to borrow from your life.
Pam Mallard and I have a lot in common.
That's great.
It's true.
You could see a lot of you through Pam.
Yeah. You know, it's fun to sort of play this mom, and the point of the movie really is about getting out of the nest, and the migration is all about joining the world, you know, and not being afraid of things, and teaching that to your kids, and like knowing that there is no 100% safety. You just have to sort of go with it.
Beautiful animation.
It's gorgeous.
And it makes a difference. And I will say, I'm gonna let you vouch for this. I'm very excited to bring my kids, and you're a believer.
Perfect family movie for the holidays.
Because half of all kids' movies are dreadful.
No.
No, I'm just saying, I don't believe this is
We
one
don't
of them.
name names. We
don't name names, of course not. Yeah.
But this one, you will be very happy. Danny DeVito is there for the adults. I have to be honest, like the dry sense of humor of Uncle Danny DeVito in this movie kills me. He makes me laugh every single time. Aquafina's in the film. There's a lot of very funny,
great.
The jokes work on all the levels.
Again, I remember like before I had kids when people would say, oh, the great thing about Pixar movies is like parents can enjoy them. And I remember thinking, I don't even know what, and then you realize, oh, you have to go. And like anytime there's like just a nugget where it's like, we know you're here, you're like, thank you so much.
Literally, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. DeVito.
Yeah.
It must be nice to make a film your kids can see, because not everything you make your kids can see.
Yes, I made Cocaine Bear this year.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm so glad you brought it up.
My 12-year-old was like, but I can see it, right? And then my 10-year-old was like, well, if he gets to see it, then I get to see it. And I was like, well, 10 is like a little, maybe. And then they were both at the premiere.
Oh, great.
And they had not seen the full. And I really felt, I don't know about you, I love horror, and I love gore, and it makes me giggle, and I love the ride of it. But you know, some people, my husband hates it. So like, my husband is the like, cover the eyes, cover the ears. He hates the sound. He can tell when it ramps up, like, it's coming, you know, he's like, ah. So Cocaine Bear, I was waiting to see what reaction I was gonna get, and my kids were just hysterical. They were like, ah! I literally watched my son become a horror fan.
Yeah.
It was like my proudest moment.
That's fantastic.
It was so fun.
Because I actually think that's a good, in that same way we're talking about, like, you can't protect your kids from everything, right? It's like, it's comedy fear. Like, there's nothing actually worth being scared of.
You know, they saw Jaws, and they were like, meh.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think they'll be
Meanwhile, I showed, like a year ago, I showed our kids the first Paddington, and there's a moment where Paddington gets kicked out of the house, and both my kids are sobbing.
Yeah.
And I had to pause it and be like, okay, here's the thing. Everybody's fine. Like, when I put on Paddington, there's no version where Paddington doesn't end up fine.
That's right.
Wipe your tears. We're gonna get through this scene.
Yeah.
There's a movie newsletter I really enjoy called The Reveal, which just named this one of the best posters of the year.
Yeah.
And this is such a fun poster because it tells you exactly what kind of movie you're getting into. Again, you directed this film. You have your fingerprints all over it. Were you so excited when you saw this art? I can't even imagine what it's like.
We were ecstatic.
Yeah.
You know, there were a bunch of different concepts, and they actually were like, we thought this, and we're like, okay, and this, and this. And they go, but we were really excited about, and they saved it for last.
Yeah.
Like, they knew it was the winner. And then when they revealed this, we were like screaming. We were so happy.
It's really fantastic.
It is everything.
The great Ray Liotta, rest in peace, was in the film, and your kids were on set, and they met Ray Liotta.
They did, and they came to set. They actually played extras in the scene where the cops find the cocaine for the first time.
Okay.
By that, I mean that they showed up, ate all the food at craft service, got bored, asked to leave a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I stuck him in the background running around. They can point to it for 2 seconds, freeze frame it, tell their friends it's them. You can barely tell it's them if you're not really looking.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. And then they left. But the one thing we wanted was a photo with Ray. My husband said to them, listen, someday you're going to see this movie Goodfellas, okay? And you're going to worship this movie. And you don't know this guy, and you have never seen him in a movie, but you have to get a photo with him, or someday you will regret it if you don't. And Ray was a sweetheart, and of course, took the photo, and it's so sweet.
I think especially, like, to know that in the future they're going to see Goodfellas and get a picture with Ray Liotta and just piles of fake cocaine.
They did. They were actually holding the bricks and like a bunch of money, like fake money.
That's great. That's a great photo. That's a great Christmas photo.
And they were all in 80s outfits.
There you go.
Which is also fantastic.
That's A+.
Like, what is this?
Congratulations on the new film. Congratulations on everything that's happened since the last time I've seen you. It's always such a pleasure. You guys, Elizabeth Banks. Migration opens in theaters nationwide on Friday, December 22nd. Stick around. We'll be right back with Jesse Davis.